Hey girlfriends, I got a question in my DMs from a girlfriend the other day who is going through a divorce, and I thought I would share. So both she and her husband live in another country, and I am not licensed to practice law in that country, but I think this is a really interesting question, and I have maybe a little bit of an unorthodox answer for you. So she was saying that they're living in this other country, and her husband is cheating on her with a woman from the United States. They have 2 kids together, one of whom is on the spectrum, and husband is saying that he is going to take the kids, move to the United States, take them to visit this girlfriend, like all sorts of things. He's showing the kids like pictures of what they're going to see and where they're going to stay, and it's wild. So she was asking me, is there anything I can do to stop him from taking these kids from our country to the United States? And I don't know, because I am not licensed in the country where they live. But what I do know is that sometimes the best solution isn't necessarily a legal one. So let's think strategically about this situation. My first question to her was, well, do the kids even have passports? And I sort of thought that was maybe a stupid question, because in the United States, we don't necessarily get passports. Not everybody does anyway, because it's such a big country. Traveling internationally is such a big deal. Whereas if you look over at Europe and other countries like that, there's so many countries so close together that they can, go from England to France, or, Spain to Portugal in a matter of a few hours. Whereas like we can spend hours and hours and hours and still be driving in Virginia or Texas or some of the bigger places. Even some of the smaller places are a lot bigger than entire countries in Europe. But she said, no, the kids do not have passports. And I think that's interesting. I think that's also really important. In the United States, I know both parents have to cooperate in order for kids to get a passport. And that's been an issue that's come up in my practice before. Who holds the passport? Are we going to let the kids get the passport? Are they going to travel to a country where there isn't extradition in the case that we have some kind of parental kidnapping situation? So we do have to be really careful sometimes about international travel. But I told her, of course, to talk to a lawyer in her country as far as the divorce is concerned, because this isn't even an international divorce. Like, it's not like we have, parties in 2 different countries. These parties all live in the same country, and it's not the country that I'm from. So I don't know the law. I don't practice the law. I don't know anyone there to even refer her to. So she should definitely talk to someone there. But also, maybe don't worry about this problem that much if the kids don't have passports. In the short term, it's probably going to be enough to just not cooperate as far as getting the passports in place, or insisting that before you get passports for the kids, you work through your divorce or your custody and visitation arrangement in an agreement and in a way that is going to allow both parties to get what they need out of the situation. In the United States, I can tell you it would be very, very, very difficult for a dad to take the kids and move to an entirely different country to be with a brand new girlfriend. But again, I don't know the law of the country where this girlfriend of mine is living. So I told her to talk to someone, but I also told her, you hold a lot more tools than you think, and not getting the passport or waiting to allow the kids to get the passport might just be the key to keeping this issue at bay until you can handle the larger issues in the divorce.